everybody. So, 2 years ago, I was first met with the news that my grandma Josephine passed away. At first, I didn't know how I should feel. I felt stumped, like all the emotions I felt weren't usual. I felt numb. Some days I wanted to talk, some days I didn't. I felt weird that I didn't respond like the rest of my family, and some days I just felt angry but couldn't understand why. I didn't know what grief was. I thought I was crazy and inhumane. It changed how I look at not only myself, but grief overall. Recently, I turned to work done by famous psychiatrist Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Kubler developed her 5 stages of grief to describe people with terminal illnesses facing their death. According to Kubler, there are 5 stages of grief, which are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And this may be bold of me to challenge Kubler, but I believe that grief can come in a variety of different stages and always varies depending on the person. I also believe that grief does not occur in a direct order, and for some people, it doesn't occur at all. I believe that when it comes to grief, there are no direct steps or stages. While I do believe that the stages are real, I believe that grief isn't something that is set in everybody's brain, and everybody is able to interpret it differently. I set out to do my own research on the topic. I conducted interviews at my high school that asked questions like, how would you feel if someone close to you passed away, or how would you feel if your idol passed away? And with each person, the data varied. Some said that they would laugh, some said that they would cry, and some said that they just wouldn't care. This completely supports my belief of grief being a truly individualized process and depends just on you. Through the loss of my grandma Josephine, my grieving process, and my research, I came up with my own revised definition of Kubler's 5 stages of grief. First, and most common overall we have is denial. Denial is the buffer, the big security guard protecting people. Denial is the psychological defense mechanism to which a person refuses to accept reality or facts to avoid being in uncomfortable emotions or situations. You just went to the doctor told you that you need to stop eating so much sugar before you develop diabetes. And the first thing you say is, he's just doing too much, I always eat this much sugar, I'll be okay. Then you're in denial. I am too. I still believe that my grade in anatomy should be way higher than what it is, and she just didn't double check my paper. But, who's asking? Next, we have anger. This has to be everyone's favorite. It's my favorite. I love anger. I get angry when someone touches my leftovers that have my name clear as day on them, or when someone eats my chips. In all seriousness, though, anger is something that everybody feels. It is a good feeling that people need to function. It can also be seen as a driving force when acknowledged correctly. But if you feel like blowing up like this guy up here, then you might not be accepting your feelings correctly. Following anger, we have bargaining. Bargaining is to make a deal with yourself or a spiritual being to make yourself feel better. When my nana first passed, I went through bargaining a lot. I would say things like, I wish I would have told her I loved her instead of being mad, or I wish I would have noticed all the signs earlier and maybe I could have helped her. Both these statements are textbook examples of bargaining. When going through grief, you are bound to wish that you could have rewritten or diffused a situation, and that's where bargaining comes in. Bargaining can sometimes bring in feelings of relief, regret, or guilt. Next, we have depression. I think everybody has either experienced or felt this before. When my nana first passed, the feelings hit almost immediately. The wanting to feel numb, the crying, the long nights just up staring, it felt horrible. Depression is the stage of the grieving process where an individual feels profound sadness, hopelessness, and despair. Depression is a natural thing, yes. It has also been classified as a mood disorder. But when avoided and not acknowledged, it can turn into something harmful. Depression, especially caused by the loss of someone, can result in a broken heart, which leads to a 20% suicide rate. Lastly, we have acceptance. According to Kubler, acceptance represents a sense of peace with the reality of a loss, even though the pain still may linger. Now, acceptance doesn't necessarily mean an individual is okay with the loss, but they have acknowledged its permanence and decided to move forward with life. Acceptance is a reality, understanding that this person may not be here anymore, but still holding on to the sweet memories and reminding yourself that they will not want you to cry over them can help you get through your grief faster. Use acceptance to your advantage. Take some time for your well-being. Although acceptance is the happy ending or can be seen as the final stage, there are still so many misconceptions surrounding it. Some believe that acceptance means forgetting altogether what happened. But in reality, it isn't about forgetting or minimizing who you lost. It's about finding a way to incorporate it into one's life so they can continue to live life more meaningfully. Research shows that grief in teenagers can be completely different based on the person. Some may crack deep, dark jokes, some may cry, some may turn to substance abuse, and some just may shut everybody out. Grief is a natural thing, yes, but it is believed that teenagers cannot handle all their emotions coming out at once like adults. We don't know how to feel or how to handle it. Grief is a complex and intensely personal process. It involves handling a variety of different emotions and adjusting to life with a loss. Recovering from emotions requires self-compassion, allowing oneself to grieve without criticism or pressure. Grief is a journey that continues to evolve. It reshapes our identity and our perspective. Although the pain may lessen, grief still teaches us that mourning is a natural part of life. The pain passes, but the beauty remains, says famous painter Pierre-Auguste Renoir. Even though grief can take a toll, it's important to find your spark, live your life, and remember you are loved. Thank you.